I know this isn't theater related, but this is something that's been on my mind for like a while. What up everyone, it's Stephen, and for today I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people on the internet already talk about. It's something I've only gotten into recently, but something I've been wanting to get into for a very long time, and that is video games. And yes, I know this channel is primarily a theater channel, but you know, theater's been dead for a while. And I gotta get the moolah somehow, so this is good for now. I, for one, am not a video gamer in the classic sense of the word, or even in the regular sense of the word. I'm not good in any game that isn't named Pokemon. To be honest, I'm pretty much a noob. Ugh. I'm the kind of guy that'll die in the first 5 seconds of a Mario level. I'm the kind of guy who never uses his shield in Breath of the Wild and expects to kill a Lionel just by stabbing it until it kills me. I'm the kind of guy whose Animal Crossing island is so bland it might as well be Los Angeles. But I am trying not to be a noob anymore. Which is why back in December I saved up my money and bought myself a Nintendo Switch Lite. When it came, I was like a kid on Christmas morning. I couldn't wait to play it and go on adventures in different worlds and stuff. And so far, it's been going great. I've really been enjoying playing, and so far it's been an amazing experience. But I realized something while playing these games. On the one hand, they're all exquisite pieces of art that deserve to be recognized for their design, direction, and writing. On the other hand, however, they make absolutely no sense. And this no sense is something I think people call video game logic. It's when something in a game is so illogical and yet it still happens in the game. So I'm just gonna go through some of the games I've been playing and lay out why they make no sense. So far, I have played 3 games in total. I've played Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. All 3 of them are great games. Like, I think they're all 90 plus on Metacritic. But now let's go one by one and roast them based on how illogical they are. Let's start with Animal Crossing New Horizons. First of all, let's talk pockets. And this is a problem that Breath of the Wild has too. You really expect me to believe that I can hold that many things in my pocket? From fencing to fruits to mother effing trees? Yeah, you can pocket a tree in this game, guys. And even a fountain, a teacup ride, and a Godzilla statue. These things are literally bigger than me, and yet they fit into my pocket. How does that make any sense? Is some Harry Potter type shit going on that just makes my pockets have infinite space? Is there evil witchcraft in Animal Crossing? I mean, there has to be if there are animals that are anthropomorphic and talking to me. I mean, there's a squid on my island, okay? A squid. How is he surviving out of water? How are these animals walking around and doing any of that? And what are they crossing exactly? They ain't crossing anything. Unless they're crossing out logic when they made this game. But let's backtrack for a second and talk about the trees again. How the hell does eating a fruit give me super strength so that I can lift a tree? A tree. A freaking tree. Is the fruit spinach? Am I Popeye? Or maybe it's made of kryptonite. I'm literally ingesting kryptonite and that's what's giving me super strength. Because honestly, on some days, I can't even lift myself out of bed, okay? How am I supposed to lift a tree? Also, you expect me to believe I can make fountains and furniture in like 3 seconds in that tiny log thing that I used to make stuff? Really? That tiny stump? I don't think so. The more I play this game, the more I'm convinced that whoever made it was probably high. And how efficient are their construction teams? Do they only take a day to build a whole house? If builders that efficient existed in the real world, all of our problems would be solved. Also, you're telling me over 100 species of extinct dinosaur lived on the island and existed so recently that it only takes 1 shovel dig for them to dig up the bones? That suggests that this game takes place in the distant past, which obviously makes no sense. Now let's move on to one of my fave games, Super Mario Odyssey. Let's start with the creepiest one, about how Mario enters a kingdom full of humans but looks nothing like them. If these people in the Metro Kingdom are supposed to be real people, what the hell is Mario then? Is he some hybrid person animal? Is he a more evolved or less evolved person? What is he exactly? Also, did anybody notice that the sail of the Odyssey is kind of weird? It's supposed to be a balloon, but yet it works even though the balloon hasn't formed yet. Also, this world has talking machines and talking forks. Again, is there witchcraft here? Is there a satanic ritual happening right now? Because that being said, if I discovered my cap had eyes and a mouth, I'd scream. Also, what exactly happens when you capture a creature? Are you possessing them? If you are possessing them, does that make Mario a demon? See, satanic ritual. Told you guys. You're basically stripping a creature of its free will and using its abilities for your own personal gain. That is some evil shit. Also, at the end of the game when you're on the moon, how is Mario surviving on the moon without like a suit? There's literally no air up there, yet everyone isn't in spacesuits. Don't you know if you do that, you're gonna suffocate and die? Finally, we have probably what is my favorite game of all time, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game is immaculate. It has everything you could possibly want. Dungeons, check. Boss fights, check. Collectible armor, check. Literally, it's an almost perfect game. Keyword, almost. Because while it's one of the best games you can get on the Switch, it also has one of the most numbers of video game logic. For instance, how can you just change clothes in front of the soldiers in Gerudo Town, and I mean like right in front of them, change into like the woman attire, and yet they still allow you in? That makes no sense. They saw you change from a guy to a girl and they're just gonna let you in? What kind of lax security is that? Also, like Animal Crossing, I don't see how I can keep 30 swords, a bunch of arrows, and a bajillion other items in my backpack. They don't even say if he has a backpack or not. Is he just keeping all of them in his pockets too? Okay, I'm just gonna assume it's in a bag of some kind. Also, isn't it weird that halfway through a fight you can pause the game to eat stuff? It's like Link goes, hey, wait a second, I need to eat first. Can you not attack me? Thank you. And the monsters are just like okay with that. Also, when you're on Death Mountain, how is an elixir supposed to save you? So if I drink this potion, all of a sudden I won't self-combust into flames? Also, when you hit wolves with your sword, they automatically turn into sliced meat. How is that even possible? Also, isn't it weird that Link will die after swimming for 30 seconds but can somehow like defy gravity when going up a waterfall? So the swimming takes away from the stamina wheel, but the zero gravity doesn't? Also, you're telling me that Zelda was locked away in Hyrule Castle for a century? Literally, how is she not dead yet? Also, if I were her, I would be pissed as hell that Link took his sweet time to get to her. I mean, how's she gonna react when she finds out that I spent 3 days looking for hot-footed frogs for a side quest instead of going directly to her? Also, why did she wait 100 years to wake him up? I mean, couldn't she have waited for just like 30 or 20 or 10 or even 1? Also, this time worked differently there, that there are people there that are like over 100 years old. Half the characters still remember Link from 100 years ago, so like, how are they even alive? I could literally go on and on, but this video will end up being an hour, so I will not. But you know, for all of their nonsensical elements, I have to admit that it doesn't take away anything from these games. They are all still amazing experiences that everybody should get a chance to play. Just make sure you suspend your disbelief for a little bit, and don't get frustrated when you die. Yes, 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 no, no! Damn it! And yeah, that's my video for today, guys. What are some examples of video game logic that you've encountered in video games? I want to hear about them. Comment them down below. And yes, I'll see you guys next week for our next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like, click the subscribe button, like button down there. My last videos are to my left and to my right, and down in the description on my social media stuff. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, guys. See ya!